Hello, creatives. Welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth, and I'm here at the gallery with a general tarot reading. This is an ongoing Cards of Truth series for the entire 52-card deck. Here is a chart to find your birth card. I've already cleared the cards and spent time meditating on my shooting star spread. I'm using the Cards of Truth deck for the overall starting point and then clarifying with the Ethereal Visions deck. I chose this deck because it has an artist card added into the major arcana. I'll close with a message from Spirit with the Soul's Journey lesson cards. If you'd like to know more about today's card, please pause the video and read the description box below. Okay, I'm going to adjust the camera now so that you can see the card spread for today. This is a reading for all Three of Spades birth cards. This is the Shooting Star spread. It's a 3-card spread about unblocking or heightening your creative flow. I like to take cards that spring from the deck while shuffling. That can take a while, so I've already done that and laid out the cards, which allow me to hear the message for you as well. There's no wrong way to choose cards, it's just what works for me. So the first row here, it represents your inner and outer resources, like the South Node position in the Cards of Truth birth chart. Easily accessible because it's what you bring with you from a past life. However, there is a possibility it's so easy for you that it's taken for granted. Second row is about tapping into what motivates you. Here it's more or less the North Node position because it will naturally assist your soul's full potential. And the third row is what Source would like to share as guidance, pure and simple. So let's have a look at the first row. So, Three of Spades, you have embodied all of the goodness of the Queen of Hearts. This is one of the sweetest Cards of Truth cards there is. This is like the mother card. She is warm and loving, maternal energy. This is very caring, very compassionate. It's a person that cares for others, a very nurturing being. So I like you already. That is so warm and friendly. It's just so beautiful to have. And the Page of Wands, again, is a really beautiful card to have as well. This is the Ethereal Visions deck, and this is a deck for creatives. And for the Wands and the Page, this is all about loyalty and true friends, confidences, enthusiasm, creativity. It's exploring your creativity, and I can just imagine what kind of beautiful, loving art that you produce. Just really, really lovely. And the Three of Wands. So this is a very creative card as well. You're happy with what you've got. You're, at that end point where you're looking around for your next best thing to do. Not quite sure where to turn, what looks good. So that is in your pocket as well. So it's probably what spurs your creativity from time to time. And you're not unaware of some heartache and some heart losses, if you will, or maybe people who have hurt you or used you, or the art world can really be a tough place. This is the Three of Swords, and it's all about being hurt, being sabotaged, having the rug pulled out from under you, being hoodwinked, all of the awful things that could happen, and yet you keep your heart in the right place. You don't give up. You're still this emotionally beautiful, creative that doesn't lose their heart. I can't say enough about your character. It's got to be very loving and very stable for that to happen. And for a Three of Spades, which is all about movement and coming in and out of finding what works for you, what remedy, if you will, or cure it is for your mental and physical stability. You know, it's like where you find your grounding for all of this. Just really lovely, really well balanced. So next, what motivates you? Well, this is a great card to have. This again talks about your big heart. This is what they call the charitable card. It is a divine card. It's a 9, and that is very connected to source. Basically, it is all about you knowing that balance of giving to receive. Clearly, you understand this. So I love that it continues to be a motivation for you, and that you do understand that that's a huge part of this. It is one of the most intuitive cards in the deck. So I'm so happy that you have that, so that you don't get brokenhearted too many times. You know, you got to have that antenna up to catch that radar, that vibration when it's happening. So trust in that, right? And it's also a motivating force for you to have your comforts, to earn them, and to enjoy them. This is the Four of Wands, and it's all about that it's sort of like a connection card. It is the card that you are enjoying the small rewards, but it's almost like a promise of rewards to come. And to think that through all of this, you get the Fool card, and that's just saying that you are able to keep that lightness about you, that no matter the struggle, you know, of this challenging situations that you find yourself in from time to time, which as an uneven number, you know, yeah, right? You understand that is a necessary thing to have happen in order to move on and learn from those situations and experiences, so that you can explore and move on with a lightness of being again. And, you know, the bookends of balance, giving in order to receive. This is the Two of Cups. And you can see the 2 cups, the yin-yang, and how that relates directly back to knowing what that balance about giving and receiving is all about. Super strong spread so far. I can tell you are a high vibe Three of Spades. And what would Source like to share with you? Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful card for Source to share. This is the Seven of Hearts. And in the cards of truth, it does correspond to the Death card in tarot, which is interesting because the Death card is all about out with the old and in with the new, as far as spiritually, emotionally connecting to what works. It's about what works for your emotional well-being. It's kind of like a realization that what you held affection for now has waned and no longer holds the same desire for you. It's a lot like the Three of Wands in the Tarot deck, and kind of like the Three of Swords as well. It all depends on what catalyst this change out with the old and in with the new, or the sevens, is all about for you. And clearly, you learn from those mistakes, and clearly, Source is recognizing that. It is being validated for living through a lot of heartache, making it through. And I felt at this point that Source saw just how directly related it is to your craft. You're making art, whatever it is that you are into, that you use that heartache to become lighter and more gentle, to find that balance, that understanding. And you take it and you do the right thing with it, and you continue to hold that loveliness of the nurturing compassion of the Queen of Hearts. Really, really beautiful. Next, Source would share the Five of Pentacles. Now, this too is about experiencing loss and understanding the necessary part of that is to gather what you do hold near and dear and to take comfort in that. This is a card about experiencing failure and insecurities. It can be about poverty. It can be about poor health. But when something like that happens to you, you gather your loved ones, right? You gather them near and you hug them and you give them all of that warmth and compassion. And instinctively, right, that it is put to good use, basically. And what happens? You know what happens. I know you do. You find more inner strength. I can't tell you how beautiful this reading is. It is about conquering that inner demon, to find the balance, to be able to take a breath and take a moment and instinctively and intuitively just know where you are in that moment and be able to act compassionately, empathetically to what's going on around you and hold your own. My God, so beautiful. So what reward would Source give you, right? Oh, the most beautiful card, the Magician, of course. Now, one reversed card here. You are spot in your element. You are going through a very beautiful, loving time. And Source would like you to know that a new epiphany, a new way of thinking, a new tool for your toolbox is coming. Just beautiful. So the final card that Source guides me to is found by moving my pendulum across the Soul's Journey spread out deck. And that can take a while, so I've already done that too. And the card for you, Three of Spades, which I don't know if you ever do this or not, but it is doubt. Maybe it seeps in every once in a while. Clearly by your spread, this is just a reminder. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah, right? So that seems fitting to put on top of the Fool card right in the middle of the deck. And so clearly, what is one of the hardest things to do? Let go and let Source, right? Yeah. Yes, goodness, it's so intriguing to think about how Source guides us through the due diligence of the process. We do our damnedest to manifest our creative desires, then dust off our hands and sit back. What's missing here? Oh, it's letting go of expectations and be happy with what we receive. Like you needed to be reminded of that. I think you totally know this. But, however, how do we begin to let go of the doubt and become consciously aware of our connection to the universe? That's not always easy, and sometimes it's good to be reminded of that. And, well, Source would tell us it's through love and compassion for ourselves as much as for others. We all have our own personal path to this awareness, and there's no right or wrong answer as long as your goal is to manifest with the energy and love of compassion, with compassion. When you get to witness or experience the wisdom of the divine and how it so beautifully seeps into this earthly realm and have it unfold and resonate with you on a creative and spiritual level, it is a right direction signpost to guide you to the correct path, your correct path. Source and your guides would like to remind you to always, of course, be aware of your free will and mindful of those signposts that your spirit guides and your teachers put on your creative path. Sounds like you know that path well, but it's always nice to be reminded of it anyway, or maybe just acknowledged that you definitely have found that balance. Yes. All right. Well, I hope all of you Three of Spades out there found this interesting and helpful. If you can always watch the card videos for what is in your placement in your chart of your sun and moon and Venus and so on, and contemplate those readings as well. Happy creating. So creative, stay true to your uniqueness on your creative path, and I hope this gave you some food for thought. Please subscribe and hit that like button. It means a lot to me and my soul and life purpose. Thank you.